Hey folks, Gary here. Happy Tuesday morning to you. I hope your day started off just fantastic. What a great day to be alive. Every day we walk with the Lord is a really good day. Now, some days can be better than other days, right? You can have a really bad day, but if you're having a bad day with Jesus, it makes all the difference in the world. That sounds bad, but it's if you're having a bad day, because you're going to have some. But if you have Jesus in your life, right, like I said, that makes all the difference in the world. It really, truly does. And we're going to read about some people that were having a really bad day, but it turns out pretty good. Okay, so yesterday we looked at Peter healing a paralytic man. And the words that Peter used sounded a lot like Jesus. Sounded a lot like the same words that Jesus would use when he healed a paralytic man at Bethsaida. Sounded actually quite a bit familiar. So if you want to look at Acts 9 or just look at the video from yesterday, you can see this. Well, today we're going to look at another miracle, and we see it in Acts 9 verses, we're at 36 going down to 43. Let's read it. There was a believer in Joppa named Tabitha, which in the Greek is Dorcas. You know, that's a name that's not a great name nowadays. People say, it's an insult. It shouldn't be, because it's actually a very, very beautiful name. Dorcas, or Tabitha, means gazelle or beauty with grace. It's actually a pretty nice name. She was always doing kind things for others, helping the poor. About this time she became ill and she died. Her body was washed for burial and laid in an upstairs room. So a funeral is going to happen pretty soon. There's going to be a burial pretty soon. It's going to happen within that day. But continuing on here. But the believers had heard that Peter was nearby in Lydia. So they sent 2 men to beg him, please come as soon as possible. They've heard about the healing of the paralytic, right? So Peter returned to them, and as soon as he arrived, they took him to the upstairs room. The room was filled with widows who were weeping and showing him the coats and other clothes that Dorcas had made for them. But Peter asked them all to leave the room. Then he knelt and prayed. Turning to the body, he said, "Get up, Tabitha." And she opened her eyes. When she saw Peter, she sat up. He gave her his hand and helped her up. Then he called in the widows and the other believers, and he presented her to them alive. The news spread through the whole town, and many believed in the Lord. And Peter stayed a long time in Joppa, living with Simon, a tanner of hides. You know, we read this story, and it is amazing. It really is. And just like yesterday, where we could hear Jesus' voice in the words of Peter, like what he was saying sounded a whole lot like what Jesus would say. Well, today, when we look at what Peter did, we could see Jesus doing the same thing. If we look back to how Jesus raised the daughter of the synagogue leader back to life. His daughter had died, and Jesus was brought to his house to heal his daughter who is dead. And what does Jesus do? He tells everyone to leave the room, just like Peter did, right? Leave the room, everyone get out of here. And then Jesus prayed for her, and Jesus he took her by the hand and lifted her up. He raised her from the dead. We read that, and now we see Peter doing something very, very similar to it. Peter is doing the things that he saw his Lord do. He's doing the things he saw Jesus do. He is taking on the image of Christ, right? He is being conformed into the likeness of Jesus, not just through his words, but also through his actions. And that can be a lesson for us, that not only do we say the words of Jesus to people, but we act towards people in the same way that Jesus would act towards them. So that's the message for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.